Hello there, I'm back on YouTube here. I am actually driving through Blackwater State National Forest. I'm heading over to Blackwater State Park, Blackwater Creek State Park, and here to go pick up a day pass actually, or an annual pass for veterans. And we'll see how that goes. Supposedly from what I've been reading that if you're at all partially disabled veteran, honorably discharged, you can pick up a lifetime free state park pass. So I'm gonna do that before we start cruising to the rest of Florida. Yes, I am in Florida actually, and the Florida Trail actually goes right through this state park. So I'm gonna just do a day hike there for today, just a short one. And I figure I'd share with you my plans for the rest of 2024. But here comes a main road. I've just been on the dirt road, so there's not many cars, so I can do this. But now that I'm on the main road, I'm gonna get off here and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Got my state park pass. So all you have to do is be at least a 10% disabled veteran, show proof from the VA of your percentage disability, and show your VA card ID or something that shows that, you know, your government ID and a honorable discharge, and you get a lifetime Florida State Park Pass. I guess there are 176 state parks in Florida, and there's only a couple where it doesn't grant you free entry, but you get a 33% discount, so that's pretty good. And 176 state parks. And what's funny is, I'll show you this in a moment, but this cracked me up when I opened it. It's a map of all the state parks in Florida. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm wearing my new glasses. I had to get new glasses because my prescription was not working as well. Plus, I actually lost a pair in Sweden somewhere. But here is the map. This cracked me up when I opened it up. Look at the font on there. I mean, it's like ½ centimeter big. Those are huge fonts. But I guess if you're a visitor to Florida, a lot of them are a little older. And I guess for me, that helps out. I can really read them pretty well. No problem reading these. In fact, it's too big. But yeah, there are just a ton of state parks in Florida. So if you're at all a disabled veteran, get that lifetime state park pass. You can visit all these state parks, except just a few. She listed off 3. One, unfortunately, was where I'm going to go later this month, Homomosa, somewhere around here. And that's the key thing this trip. We're going to go kayaking with manatees this trip. I'm planning out at least several places where I want to go, where I can kayak. And I do have a folding kayak with me. It's not the same folding kayak I've had before. It's a Oru. It's one of those white ones. It's a lot more expensive. The company fortunately has loaned it to me to make a review, and I've always heard good things about it. There's a couple of things I heard not so good, but I want to try it out for myself and see how it is. And this trip will let me get that thing to the water quite a few times, although it's still going to be quite cool down here. Believe it or not, in the next few days, it's going to get into the teens for a low in Florida. We are in northern Florida, not too far south, but same thing. Right now we are in Blackwater River State Park, and we're just going to go down to the river actually briefly, come back, and then we're going to go to another parking lot and then head over onto the Florida Trail for a little while. Tina told me that she doesn't want me getting eaten by an alligator or crocodile. I've seen alligators in South Carolina where we were boating. They were just on the shore sunning themselves. But I've never seen them while I'm on foot though, so I'm looking forward to that. I think one of my goals for this year is to not have someone tell me, hey, did you know there's an alligator right behind you? Much like how there was a grizzly bear about 10 yards behind me one time in Canada. That was the highlight of 2023, I think. Something I never thought I'd ever hear is, hey, did you know there's a grizzly bear right behind you? So, yeah, I don't want that to happen with something else that can kill me, but I'm looking for animals. It's cold though, I don't know if anything's gonna be out. One thing I love about the sand is you can see all the footprints, and it's mostly dogs. There's two different sized dogs and a human barefoot walking around. But then there's this. Is that a turtle? What do you think that is? Turtle? Not a snake, I don't think. Definitely not an alligator. Turtle? The tracks go up this way, converge, and then disappear right here. Bird? What could it be? Well, that's the end of our short little, like, less than 2 mile loop here. It seems to have flooded over, and there's actually a boardwalk submerged down there. No point getting my feet wet though, it's actually pretty submerged all the way to way over there. So I guess I'm going back. I guess I'm on a blue blaze off the main Florida trail. On the maps it said Florida National Scenic Trail here, but it's north of there. So I guess if you branched off to go to this state park, you'd be on the Florida Trail, but it's not the official Florida Trail, so I haven't been on there yet. But this is it now. It seems to be marked with blue blazes. I'm not sure what the Florida Trail is marked with, but blue blazes here though. We'll see. So as of yet, I have yet to be on the Florida Trail, but I will tomorrow afternoon. This area seems to use similar markings where you see a branch off, goes towards the left. I'm just gonna hike this for at least the next hour or until it gets so flooded I can't go anymore. Pretty easy. It won't be hard. Even if I did this whole thing, I don't think it's much elevation change. Just the fact that I don't want to get my feet wet. Because it's going to be cold tonight. And there's no real reason. There's a boardwalk. Let's just keep going. See how far we go. Turning back now. It's about 2.5 miles in. And got 2.5 miles back. But I also did like at least maybe half a mile. Not a long walk, but just a day walk and getting out there, stretching out the legs. And I do have to find a camp spot for tonight, and it's Saturday night, so we'll see how that goes. But I don't know if you know, I'm using a different camera today. I'm using a camera I had on the PCT in 2018. Hopefully it's not too shaky. Just giving it a trial run. And my big camera is actually in for repairs because one of the buttons stopped working like almost a year ago. And I just never had time to go turn it in. And I mailed it off and I got it back and they didn't fix it. I guess they just like checked the autofocus settings or something. So I started a new ticket and mailed it back, and hopefully it's fixed and we'll be at my sister's in another week or so. But basically I got the extended like drop insurance because the warranty doesn't last that long, and I figure anybody who's gonna be taking their expensive camera outdoors really need to get something to help protect it. It wasn't that expensive, especially relative to the cost of the camera, so I thought it was worth it. And they're supposed to fix the button. Hopefully they do. I was able to get by without the button, but it's quite annoying. So back to the Sony RX100 Mark IV. I found the audio is pretty good and the visual is pretty good. Just the stabilization's probably not as good. I should probably bring a GoPro for these walk and talks. I don't know. This is camp spot for tonight. I'm just north of Blackwater River State Park in Blackwater River State Forest, and it's like a super muddy area, but there's a dry spot here, so I sit up here and I parked the side and the back kind of where it's really dry because that's where I get out. But it's interesting, later on that night a car came and there was just like overgrown road and they went off that way, and I think that goes down to the river. That would have been a much better camp spot. I should have gone that way, but oh well. It's only for one night. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to be making videos as I travel throughout Florida. One of the big highlights I think that I'm looking forward to is kayaking with manatees everywhere. The water's a little too cold to be snorkeling, but the kayaking would be really cool. But come back soon. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later. Bye.